Let's face it, every man wants to have that power, that irresistible pull that makes a woman miss him desperately. It's not about playing games or pretending to be someone you're not. No, it's about understanding the hidden dynamics of attraction, dark psychology, if you will, that taps into the deepest parts of a woman's emotions. The truth? Most men miss the mark. They try too hard, overthink every move, and end up being more of a nuisance than a mystery. But what if you could change all that? What if you could learn the key principles that not only keep a woman thinking about you, but also craving your presence? Imagine the kind of emotional space you could carve out for yourself in her mind, where she can't help but wonder, what is he doing right now? Or, why haven't I heard from him? This isn't about manipulation, it's about influence. You don't need to be a bad boy or play cruel mind games. In fact, some of the most powerful techniques are incredibly subtle and grounded in psychology. By knowing how to create emotional gaps, build curiosity, and understand her needs without suffocating her, you can make her miss you deeply and want you even more. In this video, we'll explore 9 key actions that, when done right, will have her missing you badly. These techniques are based on understanding human behavior, not relying on tricks or desperation. If you're ready to leave behind the guessing games and start mastering attraction, this guide is exactly what you need. Buckle up, because what you're about to learn could change everything. How you approach relationships, how you influence attraction, and how you make her crave your presence. This isn't about being the nicest guy in the room. This is about understanding the subtle psychological principles that really work. Ready to dive in? Chasing a woman, constantly texting her, calling her, or showing up where she's at, doesn't make her miss you. In fact, it does the opposite. It makes her feel smothered and often pushes her away. Here's the harsh truth. Women are attracted to men who have their own lives, who aren't constantly waiting around for their next interaction. The chase? It's a turnoff. When you chase her, you show desperation. And desperation is one of the quickest ways to kill any attraction. It signals that you don't have options, that you're always available, and that you need her more than she needs you. The irony is that the more you chase, the less she'll be interested. So, stop trying to get her attention at every moment. It might seem counterintuitive, but when you step back, you actually increase your value in her eyes. When she realizes that you're not running after her, it'll make her want to pursue you. That's when the magic happens. Women need space to think, to miss you, and to feel the pull of wanting something they can't have on their terms. When you give her that space, you shift the dynamic and make her come to you. Think about it like this. Imagine you're at a party. There's a woman across the room and you keep making eye contact, but you don't approach her immediately. You wait. When you do talk to her, you're calm and confident, not overeager. You're not texting her all the time or showing up at her door. Instead, you create a sense of mystery. Now she's intrigued. She's thinking, why hasn't he messaged me yet? And she starts wondering if you're interested at all. That's when she'll want to chase you. Remember, attraction is a game of space and tension. Give her room to miss you. Don't make her feel overwhelmed by your presence. The moment you stop chasing, that's the moment she'll start chasing you. It's the oldest trick in the book, and it works every time. Certainty isn't sexy. When a woman feels like she knows everything about you, your thoughts, your feelings, your next move, she loses interest. The key to making her miss you badly is to introduce a bit of uncertainty into the dynamic. Make her question where she stands with you, without playing games or being cruel. Uncertainty sparks desire. When things are too predictable, the attraction fades. But when you leave a little bit of mystery, whether it's how you feel, what you're doing, or how much you actually care, she becomes hooked. It's the emotional gap that keeps her coming back for more. She wants to know what you're thinking, what you're doing, why you didn't text back right away. That's the kind of emotional intrigue that keeps her mind spinning. Now, don't confuse uncertainty with being hot and cold or playing mind games. This is about being a bit less available and less predictable. You don't have to tell her everything about yourself or share your every thought. Keep her guessing just enough to keep her interested. If you're always too available, if she always knows what you're up to, she will get bored. For example, if she's used to texting you throughout the day and you suddenly take a few hours to reply without explanation, she'll start wondering why. What is he doing? Why isn't he texting me? The uncertainty creates a desire to know more, to get closer to you. It doesn't mean you have to ignore her or make her feel neglected. It's about creating just enough space so she doesn't feel like she has you all figured out. The more you leave some things unanswered, the more she'll feel the need to chase you. It keeps the tension alive. If you're always too available, she'll stop wondering. And when she stops wondering, she stops missing you. In short, a little uncertainty goes a long way. If she's always sure of you, you'll start to fade. Keep her wondering, and she'll be thinking about you long after you've left her side. One of the most powerful tools in making a woman miss you is giving her space. It sounds simple, but so many men get it wrong. When you're always available, always there at her beck and call, you lose your value. Being too present can actually push her away, no matter how much she might seem to appreciate your attention. Space isn't about being distant or cold. It's about creating room for her to think about you. When you're constantly around, she doesn't have the chance to miss you. If you text her constantly, show up uninvited, or always seek her out, you become predictable, and predictability is the death of attraction. The right amount of space gives her the opportunity to appreciate your presence more. It's like breathing. Too much, and it becomes suffocating, but just the right amount, and she'll start to crave it. It's not about playing games or making her wonder if you like her. It's about showing her that your life is full without her. When you have a life of your own, it becomes more attractive to her because you're not dependent on her for your happiness or fulfillment. We've all been there. We feel the urge to check in, to make sure we're still on her mind. But the truth is, when you create space, you allow her to realize what's missing when you're not around. It's not about withdrawing completely. It's about maintaining your own independence and letting her come to you when she realizes you're not always there. The more you step back and give her space, the more she'll start to miss you. It's a simple yet powerful shift that can change everything in the way she sees you. Let's be blunt. Most men make the mistake of thinking that the more they reveal about themselves, the closer they'll get to a woman. They share everything: their childhood, their dreams, their fears, and their plans. While honesty is important, oversharing is a mistake. Women aren't looking for a man who unloads all his personal details at the first opportunity. They're looking for a man with depth, someone who doesn't reveal every piece of the puzzle right away. When you give everything away, you take away the mystery. And without mystery, there's no intrigue. Think about it. If she knows everything about you from the start, where's the excitement in getting to know you? Where's the thrill of discovery? It's gone. You've made it too easy. You've shown her all your cards and now she's bored. Here's the thing most men don't realize. You don't have to tell her everything to get her to like you. In fact, the more you hold back, the more she'll be curious. She'll want to know more. She'll wonder why you didn't share that detail, why you're not opening up like she's used to. That curiosity, that emotional tension, keeps her coming back for more. Women need mystery to keep the attraction alive. Without it, you're just another guy in the crowd. So, wake up. If you're the type of guy who pours out every thought and feeling without hesitation, you're making a big mistake. Start holding some things back. Let her ask questions. Keep her on her toes. If she feels like she's constantly learning new things about you, she'll never get bored, and she'll start to miss the parts of you she hasn't figured out yet. Remember, being a mystery isn't about being fake. It's about leaving some space for her imagination. When you're unpredictable, that's when you'll truly catch her attention and make her miss you. Let's get real for a second. Most men are so focused on being nice that they forget the one thing that women really want: respect. Being nice is fine, but when you're constantly trying to please her, you lose your power. No woman is attracted to a man who is always bending over backwards to make her happy, especially when it comes at the cost of your own self-respect. Being nice all the time doesn't make you more appealing. It makes you predictable, and predictability is boring. If you're always agreeable, always doing what she wants, you become nothing more than an option. You're not standing out. You're just blending into the background, hoping she'll notice you. But here's the truth. Women want a man who has his own opinion, who's confident enough to say no when necessary, and who knows when to put himself first. This doesn't mean you should be rude or disrespectful, but you need to start setting boundaries. Don't drop everything to accommodate her. Don't be the guy who's always saying yes just to keep the peace. When you constantly put her needs ahead of your own, you're showing her that you have no value beyond what you can give her, and that's not attractive. What's more, by not being too nice, you create space for her to respect you. She'll start to see you as someone who has his own life, his own priorities, and his own boundaries. This is the kind of man women are drawn to. Someone who knows his worth and doesn't need to prove it by being overly accommodating. If you want her to miss you, stop being too nice. Start being a man who commands respect, who isn't afraid to walk away when necessary. This will make her appreciate you more than any amount of niceness ever could. Here's the hard truth. The more you chase her, the more you'll push her away. Women are wired to seek out what they can't have, not the man who's always at their feet. If you're too predictable, too nice, and too available, you're only setting yourself up for failure. But when you create distance, maintain mystery, and stop trying so hard, that's when you'll truly make her miss you. I want to hear your thoughts. Have you tried any of these techniques? Share your experiences in the comments. I'll personally reach out and create a connection with you. Let's dive deeper into this together.